there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. Y'all know why y'all here. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. So we need to talk a couple of follow-up items once again from the disastrous interview or lack thereof, featuring Martell as concubine and an alleged mistress of MARSAU. A lot of people have reaction to it, and that also includes none other than Funky Dineva, who previously, liked Martell, right? And it's just funny, right? He liked Martell to an extent, but now he is all Team Scots and everything else. Remember, he stopped liking Mel and everything else too, started dragging her. Now, remember, prior to all of this, Funky Dineva, when he was still reacting and reviewing the show, still wanted who he named and coined the name Coleslaw. He wanted her still to be on the show to cause chaos and cause havoc. But now all of a sudden, you guys, everybody now has this moral compass, has this moral high ground. Now all of a sudden it is anti-Martell and his mistress, but you guys were Team Martell and the mistress as long as it was a jab to Mel. Make it make sense. But if it's against the Scots, now all of a sudden you guys have woke up from the nap you guys have been in. I don't know. But he says the following. He says this interview with this homeless ragamuffin was their smoking gun, their ace in the hole, question mark, with a bunch of laughing emojis. It's backfiring so bad. Nobody believes any of it, and it made the two of them look desperate and low. Child, where's the best place to park at the mall? Then says Martell Holt plus his concubine equals clowns, you guys. Equals clowns. And here's the thing, Funky Dineva. I expected nothing less from you since you're, like I said, Team Scots, and you also went on your platform to frame Maurice's DUI story. You remember that foolishness? Where he got on his platform and said that there was no staff that was working, and that is why that they entered in his DUI so late in the afternoon the next day, that there was nobody that was working overnight, that he was in and out within a couple of hours overnight. No. Remember that tomfoolery, you guys? That's why I do not believe this interview was advised or encouraged or engineered by Carlos King at all. This definitely, Carlos King is very much close with Funky Dineva, is very much close with Dr. Heavenly and some other people. And you can tell by the way that they report on this stuff. And you can tell all some of the larger platforms who said that they were done talking love and marriage Huntsville, but have come out of the bushes, you guys, to react to this interview. So the people, you're still paying attention when it's all said and done. No matter how stressful and how negative the show is and how toxic you claim the fan base is, you jump right back into it when stuff like this goes down. Make it make sense. Also, a couple of other things I wanted to talk about as well, because it seems Martell and his concubine are not happy about the backlash this interview is receiving, you guys. Even though they're getting a lot of views and she's getting some subscribers and everything else, they're not happy that people do not believe what the alleged side chick is saying. All of a sudden, the side chick is claiming that she's got, hotel confirmations and confirmations of the flight information. Well, why didn't you show any of that? Because people are confused as far as which Vegas trip this even was. People are confused by when this actual timeline was and everything else, because you were more concerned about what Martell was telling his ex-wife and what Martell was telling you when he was out with the same other men that were allegedly cheating on their wives as well. You were more concerned still trying to prove something, and this is what I don't understand. The people who think that there is chemistry right now between Martell and his concubine, I don't know what they're looking at.
Martell very much was trying to look like this was a solo effort, but just wanted to make sure this was on his concubine's platform in the event that there was backlash. But even in, a couple of lives that they did after this, he is talking to her like what he basically said that she was a child of his. And kept telling her to shut up and be quiet. He was very rude and disrespectful to her. That's why I don't understand why so many people uplift this. He has zero respect for this girl. Zero respect, and treats her like a kid. And only gives her the attention that she's looking for when he needs to go to battle against these cast members. That's the only time he finds her useful. Outside of that, it is crickets, you guys. And I don't understand why people refuse to put 2 and 2 together. This is not a relationship. This is not relationship goals in any capacity. She's still being just as treated as the mistress as she was before. The only time, you guys, that they make public appearances and they specifically want it known that it's a public appearance, it is always in affiliation with something pertaining to the show or something to piss off Mel, right? Because we had, of course, Destiny when she filmed with the kids at the Cheesecake Factory with the concubine. And then Destiny got cussed out and took down the video. And then we also have as well the drama with Nell at the Polo Classic and whether or not, she was asked to be in the picture and accepted or not and still somehow ended up in pictures and video with the concubine anyways. Then, we have now all this newfound energy because, Martell was so upset at what MARSAU said about his side chick being a passer out. No, I don't think that actually is why Martell's upset, because why did he immediately text Mel and say that MARSAU and Tisha were saying disparaging things about her? And he also said in the episode that he was upset that they were talking about both of his baby mamas. So this whole thing where it's like he's acting out on behalf of the concubine, not so much. Not so much. It's still about Mel at the end of the day. Speaking of, he's going to be saying in an upcoming episode that he's still in love with his ex-wife despite all of the tomfoolery that they're dealing with in the courts. So another L by the side chick, by the concubine, who, again, is seeking Martell's approval and acceptance for everything, and it's just embarrassing. It is embarrassing. You've been at this for, 10 plus years, and still are trying to beg for Martell's approval, Martell's acceptance, Martell's go-ahead to do X, Y, and Z, and it is embarrassing to watch. That's why you cannot convince me that this is legit. This is nothing at all. But my thing is, if you allegedly had all these receipts, why didn't you present them? And if you had all of this other information, the interview itself was not an interview. It was completely off the rails. It was unprofessional. It was out of order. Like I said, Martell's concubine, since she was in front of the camera, she wanted to make it a point to romanticize their story. And there's nothing romantic about it because nothing has changed, even though he's been divorced for 5 years. And he's called you a peasant on national television. And he said a couple of episodes ago that he hasn't had a girl in over 5 years. So why are you still parading around doing his dirty work? You look silly. You look just as silly as the alleged mistress, right? Martell also claims that he's going to be taking Tisha to court for her GAY allegations. Listen, you said you're going to court. Tisha's mom's claiming she's going to court. We'll see. We'll see. One way or the other, you guys. We'll see. Right? Because again, like I said, it's been quiet over on the Scott's side of things. We saw MARSAU, he hung out with Mr. Make It Happen, woot woot, and everything else. But and I think there was a Black with a QUE employee appreciation party that Tisha and MARSAU were, filming content and things for. But as far as, things pertaining to Martell, things pertaining to this interview and everything else, they're on the mute challenge, you guys. They're on the mute challenge. They're pretending they don't see anything. They don't hear anything. They don't know what you're talking about. They're just focused on trying to build a mansion at 3 a.m. in pitch black darkness, you guys, and pouring foundation in the blistering cold in 3 a.m. in the darkness, you guys, and then filming it black. That is what their focus is, you guys. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.